Mokrome ho mo be koma dio. Awatiana. Hey.
It's G-Mix. KCB.
Please get the devil glasses to see my vision. O'Brien Battlefield, so Jaman, I'm on a mission. I don't care where you from and no one preposition. Say me ye and I mean ye nyankopon decision. But life is technical, then trust I have the baddest design. They can beat you, they won't join you, so force them to resign. Saw them raining yesterday, it's now my time to shine. To err is human, then I guess to forgive is divine. Pains that I'm feeling, know that one day I'll be chilling. Fixing price to the ceiling, tell the haters that I'm winning. Killing enemies, getting all the needs, using all the means. Praying to God, I'm always on my knees. The sphere is like a circle, but sphere is not a circle. Kodrash and the sense to good when you're drunk, pushing phones for circle. Violet, yes, a purple, so violet in your purple. Was a chrome boy, I'm a tin crying. My try be careful, Bremo men your bed, me once am na head and the more situation near west and Pibo may borders.
First of all, it's good to be home in Ghana. I call Ghana my home because Ghana for me calms my nerves. So when I got to the airport today, I looked at it and I told my friends that if you want to know whether a country is progressing or retrogressing, look at the people that come in at the immigration. If there are more foreigners online than nationals, then that means the country is making money. But if you ever go to an immigration line and the nationals that are going in are more than foreigners, know that money is leaving your country. That's the easiest way to know. That's the easiest way. So I looked at that and I saw that, look, there's progression in Ghana, but the progression has to be more aggressive. Ghana is always said to be laid back, calm, but my responsibility here is to stop that laid-back attitude. People say things that Ghanaians are lazy. Not your president, though. Your president is not lazy at all. I read about your tax issue. He has cut everything. So now it's for you to be creative with your imagination. Okay, Ghana, what has happened? They have said that you can go to US and stay 6 months. How do you convert these things into opportunities? Do you know that most of the expatriates that work in Nigeria at senior level, they live in Ghana? They come to work in Nigeria and live in Ghana. Do you know that there are boys strategically in Nigeria that come to weekend in Ghana every week? Yeah. Every weekend. Yeah. What are they coming to do? They are coming here to spend money. How do you connect yourself with that? Until you begin to ask yourself the right question, you will not get the right answers. So if you are not asking any questions, so why complain? That's how to think. Stay connected. Look for people that are going your way. Follow them. Look for people that are better and connect with them. Some will tell you no, some will not answer, but follow them. The man at the back there heard I was coming to Ghana to speak. He bought his ticket, paid accommodation to follow me here. His business is in Nigeria. He's talking with them. He said, King, I follow him. You people stay there, we die here. He's doing business. He came here, opportunities. He's already discussing with people. Stop wasting time with poor people. It's a waste of executive time. That's how to think.
So when you be a man and you send them a quack when you are, because they open and Kaubenya and Kobinti Krutia or Bremo conflicts. So me say concrete, enough of complaints, mission accomplished. Meluki flyer China from planes. The battle is the law, so what I touch with 10 flames. We saw me name so bright easy like mixing the conflicts. Breadwinner for the family, but I don't own a bakery. Bijina hospital, Dr. Jesus, yeah, my life for surgery. I trust in God, even my friends. Down on me a treachery. Bidiabra bochi metro poetry. Let me get some groceries. Send your kudona sante sana tiansu do stream. Me farmer brabo shawan sano chnanye yama bichrim. If things fall apart, then the gods are not to be blamed. Yankopon the shreddy panting found one salt to trim. Spend and cry and minimize. And here one now on your civilized. Life your story in the book, so take your time and analyze. Always aware, no one learn. Have never lost to penalize. Or draw my attention, be in your lane, make you no cross your borderlines. A brand here.
Okay. My responsibility here is to cause trouble. Let me tell you from get-go. If you have never heard me speak, it's always a very interesting experience, and I intend to help you enjoy it. The first question I ask you now is, how many of you want to be successful in this life, want to be very rich, and have a name that your children will forever be grateful for? I like to ask that question because there are people who have decided that I don't care. But me, I need to see people by a raise of hand. I want to be successful. What you wish yourself is what you want. Now, one of my mentors, my mentor in Africa, is somebody I see very well, is one of yours, and he is the one that helped me to change my name from Ubong to Kwabena Ohini. That's what I'm called here. So when you ask me whether I'm Nigerian or Ghanaian, I'm telling you I am Ghanaian because my name is Ubong. King means Ohini. I'm Tuesday born, so I'm Kwabena Ohini. True or false? True or false? And he said that when a woman leaves a man with vision to marry a man that has television, that one day she will sit in her house and watch a man with vision in her husband's television. What they are saying there is that vision is everything. It is not looking down on the woman, but rather looking down on what people look less. People are interested in what is happening today instead of what we're supposed to have tomorrow. And I say that from now on, it is important that we look at tomorrow. We look at where we are going to. With over 30 million people in Ghana, we cannot talk less. How much more? Now, as young people who are ready to take over the world, let me tell you what business is. Because this is the entrepreneurship hub. I want to explain what business is from get-go. Whether you are starting now or you have started before, once you understand the foundation of business, you will know how to behave. The definition of business is war. And treat it as such. So I began to study this a little bit, understanding business and structure from the Bible. Now, in the beginning, there was a problem with the whole earth. And then the earth was scattered full of all these attacks. Now, this is the shape of the earth without water. This is what it looks like. So the earth was without form and void. But God began to create all this water, create every single thing. Then put a Garden of Eden, and then there were 4 rivers flowing. So I stopped there to think that it took 4 rivers to water the Garden of Eden. When I looked at it, that for God to water a garden, it took 4 rivers. That means the minimum number of businesses Ubong should have is 4. Minimum. If you're a businessman or somebody that wants to do business, you want to be rich, you need a minimum of 4 sources of business. If you have anything less than 4, then you're a poor man. Create multiple streams of businesses. Create multiple. Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, has 69. Dangote trucks, Dangote sugar, Dangote salt, Dangote this, Dangote this. What do you create? Say you only have one source of income. No. Wake up and create more. Create more. There is no rich man alive that has only one source of income. It is an offense under heaven, under earth here, for you to have one source of income. If you sell shoes, sell dresses, create a structure, a laundry. If you create a laundry, say you can take care of cars. If you can take care of cars, take care of estate. You can even do the landscaping. Create multiple sources of income. My brother said, one dries, another one is giving you income. God has given me a mandate to train 50 million people to become entrepreneurs. Everything about my life is within every purpose that I do. So one of the things I said is that we're going to induct you as a fellow of Ubong Foundation. And as a fellow of Ubong Foundation, anything that has to do with the Ubong Foundation anywhere in the world, you have access to it at no cost. And for your next trip to Thinkation, yourself and 3 of your team, the cost will be borne by us. Being a member of the foundation. Thank you very much.
I believe you can do better than what you are doing. Wow.
My sister, brethren, you forgot the pretense. O'Brien Simon, one could show video, so they are reference.
We are singing our lines and hooks. We go fishing for ourselves. I believe in me, myself, that I go make the money anyway. And probably they would yet hear me, so watching that Ube was on the guess here be banning you. Dear me, feeling once, so I had then I met you. Nasa, Yami, Gumia, I'll just for Preco. I'll tell us, yeah.
Show me what the party day, it's a holiday. Show me what the party day, show me what the party day, it's a holiday. I want thing I know, no man is an islander. From the place I come, everybody party hard. For the club,
And so it's time for us to go into business. It's 28 minutes right after 9 in the AM. Of course, it's the mid-morning show right here in Y 107.9. Now, joining me in the studio today is a man who is a great man, if you ask me. Like, I can describe him with just a few words. He is a man of motivation. His life alone is motivation to a lot of people, including myself. He was born somewhere around 1972, 22nd day of August. He's a business consultant, security expert, and motivational speaker as well. King is the president of Ubong King Foundation, a non-profit, non-governmental organization targeted at training young people towards leadership. Now, he's a former chairman of the American Society of Industrial Security, that is ASIS, International Chapter 202 in Lagos, Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome the one and only Ubong King to the mid-morning radio show, man. Good to have you. Oh, I like that. Good to have you around, sir.
Privilege here.
How long have you been in Ghana this season?
Actually, I've been here for like 3 days now.
3 days?
Yes.
And are you having fun?
Yeah, too much fun.
I'm going to start off, of course, by asking you how you see young people of our time now.
I think Africans are very satisfied with where they are. So because of that, there's no aspiration to do more, to gain more. And because we are limited in our thinking, and a lot of them is tied down to one thing in Africa value, and that is family. We're too family oriented. So even if somebody is not progressing, we feed him. Yeah. Now, when you feed somebody too much, you stop the person from thinking. And I think the first problem we have in Africa is free food. If a child is 1 year old and cannot walk, they say there's a problem. Yeah. So if we know that that child is supposed to be productive, supposed to move at 1 year old, I don't understand why a 20-year-old man is depending on his father for money. You need to be hungry, you need to be progressive, you need to be strong. We have overfed African youth to the point that their laziness has become destructive. Now, if a 20-year-old boy is still in his father's house, it's a challenge for me. Because at the age of 17, 18, you can be enrolled and enlisted in Ghanaian Navy, Army, or immigration. So if Ghanaian government can trust you to defend Ghana at territorial position at the age of 18 and 19, please, somebody needs to explain to me why you are still at home, not thinking on how to learn to succeed at the age of 19, 20. Now, with all this one, when I always tell people that when a young man is like soft concrete, it can be molded. Exactly. But once it gets dry, you need to break it. So when people get to 30, 35, 40, their brains are set. And if you begin to talk that they need to challenge themselves and move forward, what do? They begin to criticize, begin to criticize. Why should the first thing I hear in the morning is about problem in this part? No. I should wake up with something healthy. And that is why where you sleep, who you talk to matters. If you spend time with people that are hungry, that are angry, that are lying, one day you'll be a thief. But if you spend time with people who are progressive in their thinking, people who are ambitious, my brother, even if you are not there yet, but that association has a way of gingering you to the next level. I did not aspire that I was going to be successful. I just wanted to be in the presence of positive values and positive thinking. Before I knew what was happening, my brain, my genes, my chromosomes, every part of my body was looking for upward. By the time I had 1,000 staff, I did not know. I did not know. It wasn't in the agenda. I just wanted to be able to pay bills for my house, What I do to myself, my success habit is I stay on YouTube. I listen to people that are challenging themselves, what they do, how they do it. And I take a journal and I write those points down. Every single day, 1 hour a day in the morning and in the night. I always advise people, do it in the morning or do it in the night. Because once it enters your mind, your conscious mind, then it flows into your subconscious. Once it enters your subconscious, it's good for you. Because you will be reacting based on what has tampered in. Now, it is one thing for you to have an interest in something. it is another thing for you to develop yourself in it. So I began to read magazines on security. And I read magazines, I read and read and read until I left read.
Wow.
I read magazines back to back. If I see any magazine on security, if I see any magazine on this industry, I will study it. I will study it. I will commit myself. I will write all over, ask questions from it. So I now got back editions. I will sit down. I didn't have time to play with the boys. I had lost time already. I needed to be productive. Hunger is a gift of God to man because I needed to eat. So when you feed me, you stop me from thinking, but this hunger was helping me. You need to find out how to make this thing work. Otherwise, nothing will work in your life. So I wanted to read it and find out, okay, how do I provide services and co? So I did not know that I was expanding myself the more. So when opportunities were passing by, and opportunities are always there, it's only that trained eyes are the ones that see where the opportunities are. So if you don't train yourself, prepare yourself, you will never, never see it. So that's what happened. I got into security, kept reading it and going on. So as security became my own passion, I was working at it and growing it. It was sucking me in, sucking me in, sucking me in. So I started providing it for free in a church for 3 years. I just wanted to prove to myself that I was productive. The more whatever you feed yourself, the books you eat, you read, you eat, will eventually eat you up. So that grew me into this industry, and I was finding out. So when people saw that I was good in my field, they started giving me opportunities to work for them. I never applied for any job. I never applied for any job. Never, never. So once somebody sees I was good, and I tell people that money is just a reward system. Money responds to you solving a problem. If you solve a problem, the reward is money.
Yeah.
So when I was solving problems for people, they were now started paying me. And so that's how I started making, from people that I didn't have to small things. Then I grew it into it until I became what I am today.
Dr. Ken, what role do you think vision play in our lives?
Hi.
Because I've spoken to people. I've been to the US, I've been to Morocco, different seminars, and I mostly hear people talk about vision being one of the biggest issues we face as human beings.
Yes.
What role do you think vision plays in our lives?
Vision is the drive. Vision is what takes you to where you're going to be. Like now, my vision is to be able to turn 50 million youth into entrepreneurs so that they can employ five people. The problem with Africa is, like you said, no white-collar jobs. Where would you get white-collar jobs when there are no vision? It is when there is a vision, you have job. Okay, look at this man now, Walt Disney. I'll tell you something. Walt Disney was a failed cartoonist in where he was working. So because of that, they didn't want him. And he said, okay, came back and started drawing things. And a rat. Today, that rat is what they call Disney World, with 210,000 employees. Their turnover in 2018 was $60 billion. And I read in Disney, it says there that, let us not forget that all these things that we see was inspired by a rat. By a rat. Rat was an inspiration for a man who has employed 210,000 people, making 60 billion. Rat. So if anybody should kill a rat again, I'm going to get angry with them.
You're sinning against God. I like that. Wow, that's an inspiring story. Just a rat.
Rat.
They missed it.
Awatiana Obekoma Dio